An autopsy report was released on a 23-year-old who was shot by police officers in Texas near San Antonio. Now, this is 23-year-old Cameron Redus, who was shot in December of 2013. Apparently, he was driving drunk, and a cop tried to stop him, and he made a sarcastic remark to a cop based on witness testimony. And after that happened, the cop fired at him 6 times, hitting him 5 times. He got shot in the back, the left eye, upper chest, left elbow, and right hip. Now, the autopsy reveals that he was shot 5 times at close range. So the cop was very, very close to him. And if you paid close attention, he got shot in the back. So people are wondering, you know, how did that happen? Why did that happen? Was there excessive force used here? But there are other interesting facts about this. There was an audio recording of what happened there. The dash cam was not working at the time, and what they found was a microphone on Carter's uniform, that was the cop, recorded the officer ordering Redus 14 times to place his hands behind his back and telling him 3 times that he was under arrest, police said. A dashboard camera in the officer's cruiser did not record the 6-minute encounter. Carter told Redus to stop, resisting 56 times, police said, and the officer said the student grabbed his baton at one point and struck him with it.
Oh.
So a lot of people will look at that and then think, oh, well, he was being, he was being a huge problem. But at what point, how many times do you have to be told to stop resisting before your life is forfeit? Is it 50, 20? I personally think that even if he hit him with a baton, okay, that sucks. You know, maybe put him in jail for longer because of that, not just for the drunk driving, but assaulting a police officer. But you could hit a cop a couple times. It doesn't mean he gets to shoot you 5 times.
Yeah. So
it's a lack of respect for life.
So I was always under the assumption that cops had certain non-lethal weapons at their disposal. So you can use a taser, a stun gun, whatever it is, pepper spray. You have all of these different weapons, and for some reason they immediately go to the gun. Gotta grab. He had the audacity to disrespect me and grab my baton. Look, the kid was drunk. His blood alcohol level was nearly double the legal limit. He was driving drunk. He had marijuana in his system. Do I think that he was unruly? I think that there's a huge possibility that that's the case. But as a cop, you're supposed to be properly trained to deal with situations like that, and you're supposed to use that gun as a last result when someone is an imminent threat. Is a 23-year-old an imminent threat to you if he has your baton? I don't think so. If you have other non-lethal weapons at your disposal, including the pepper spray or the stun gun or whatever it is.
And we're being too fair, by the way, just saying that he felt threatened, so he shot him. I mean, the fact that he shot the kid at close range in the back, okay, that's not threatened. The kid isn't deadly from behind or something like that. He shot him in the back, then he shot him in the eye.
Yeah, it looks
After the shot to the spine, he was still a mortal threat. He could kill me at any second. I had to keep shooting him.
Remember, he shot at him 6 times, so he shot him in the back, and also the autopsy report shows the shot to his eye was delivered at a downward angle. So a downward angle, meaning he was already on the ground from very close range. So the kid was already down, and obviously being a dick to a cop is not grounds for execution, but it sounds like this cop has just gone off the rails. And we see that happening more and more often now, or we see that, you know, men with guns, authorities with guns abuse their authority. Yeah. I don't know how we rein that in.
It's a sad story, but I will say that the cop in this case is being investigated. He has been placed on leave. Usually with cases like this, we don't get the result that we want, but hopefully a fair investigation takes place, and, you know, if there is room for justice, justice will be served in this case.
Here's the thing, you know, they put out this information to make it look like this student was being a big problem. Oh, I had to say 56 times. I had to tell him to submit to I had to do all these things. Well, why don't you just call for backup? You know, if it's this big of a deal, or you might have to take out your gun and fucking shoot someone, maybe you call for backup. Maybe you wait a couple of minutes. What's the rush that I have to take care of this right now? I can't wait a second for someone else to come and help me wrangle this guy. I've got to either shoot him or all hell's going to break loose in Texas if I don't shoot this guy at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Why do you need to take, you know, you got his license, you got his license plate, you know who he is, you can get him. But it's this whole militarization of the police forces in America, and it all started with drugs, and then terrorism came, and now we're all supposed to be afraid. We're having an occupying government in our own goddamn country.